Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time to go bowling at the Glen. It is Watkins Glen NASCAR circuit here this evening. And well, hold on to your hats because we've got 18 cars are going to try hurtling around here in some very, very fast cars indeed. I'm JP. I'm going to be joined in the booth by Mr. Dean Biggles here this evening, who's going to come along for what plans to be some very, very exciting racing. Track length himself, 2.42 miles. Of course, there is no bottom parts of the racetrack, and I do mean bottom parts such as the chute, and all the bottom inner loop and toe and the boot and heel. We're not having that. We're going around the outer loop and then going straight down into turn 9, which is the left-hander there as well. SPR Racing TV, yes, my favorite time of the night. JPB, let's go. Let's go, baby, as we're going to tackle this NASCAR circuit. Going to be very, very exciting indeed. What we are going to have is 50 laps. We're going to have a stage break at 15. Stage break at 30, and then the final stage will be run to the end. We're going to have qualifying. That will take place very, very shortly. We're then going to have a 5-minute driver warm-up where we will discuss the playoffs and the scores, and we will show you where everybody is at this moment in time. Okay, so that's where we will show you. We've got 5 new drivers taking part this evening as well. Good evening, Mr. Armand Brusso, Mr. Google Earth there. Cup cars on a road course, what monsters they are. I don't like this in general, but I will be here and I will show enthusiasm as always, Armand Brusso, for cup cars at Watkins Glen. What more could we ask for here on this evening as well? I hope everybody is fabulous. And let's bring Mr. Dean Biggles into the booth. Good evening, Mr. Biggles, sir. How are you?
Absolutely fabulous if you go into the UK. Where's the snow, James? It's upstate New York City here. Upstate New York, actually. Yeah, up from New York City as well.
Apparently, it's in Texas, according to
Jim.
It's
snow down south, apparently. So if you're all down there, please stay safe as well, too. Exactly. But
film me a snowman. Take a picture.
And when's the last time you've been bowling?
Oh, it was a good few months ago. I took my kids. It was actually my daughter's birthday, so it would have been last May, I think.
I was going to say, you probably, because you've got kids, have been out bowling because it's a family activity to do.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I have. It was my daughter's birthday. She had a birthday party. So it wasn't just her. There was like 8, 9, 10, I think it was 10 other children that weren't mine. So that was fun as well, trying to keep them all in track.
Take care of them.
Yeah, exactly. You're taking care of other people's kids, right? You know, you can't let them throw each other down the bowling alley. However amusing that might have been for us there as well. It's very nice of you to say that, dear. So I've got to be honest, you guys are my idols when it comes to commentating. Been trying to learn from the best.
Yeah, well, you'll be learning from James. I'll just throw up some puns every once in a while, or food references. James will teach you all the food references you want when it comes to motorsport racing commentary.
No, dude, don't. At the end of the day, it's all about learning. Take the best bits from other people, and then leave the bad bits, mate. That's what you want to do. As that on the same time, I bowl league every Friday night. Oh,
I used to bowl league. What's your average?
I don't know. 9. I don't know one.
No, this is to the.
Oh, okay.
To the chat, James. To the chat. As they're underway in their qualifying session, which we'll cover, obviously, because it is a lot more exciting, the qualifying sessions, when it comes to road courses than it does to actual ovals. Ovals is blinkered, it's done. So, James, we'll get ready. You can pick a driver, as a tradition here on JP Broadcasting Network, to follow somebody and give us a hot lap of the Glen. How about this driver right now, Stephen Gill?
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go down into turn 1. Now, on the left-hand side, you will have a 200 marker. He's going to be braking round about then to try and get this car rotating.
That's a little too early, mate.
He's well slow.
Yeah.
What's he doing? He's stopping.
He's stopping. Let's find another driver for you out there then, for you all. Well, somebody's about to start a hot lap. Lucas. Here we go. Maybe Lucas. Lucas Lewis, mate. Oh, but it's too late.
Oh,
it's done.
There we go. Qualifying's over. All right. Well, there we go. We had a shocking F1 race tonight, so hopefully the Le Mans boys tomorrow will show them how to drive. Maybe. You never know. 195. Armand Brusso put for his average.
F1's back. 195.
No,
that's a very good average.
No, I think that was on the YouTube channel,
league.
on their YouTube
yes.
channel.
Who's your predictions out there to win the championship in 2025? James, we've got rules to go over.
We have, and we've also got the scores as well. This is obviously the rule changes taking place. I think we run through these ones last week at the same time. So these will be the same. They will embed these every single time. Now, one of the rules that they have made is 8-second gap between first and last on the grid. That will be the cap. It's like that 120% rule in F1, which nobody really likes, but hey, that will take place there as well. You can see a couple of the other rules as say. I think we did run through these last week to cover. Let's have a look at the current playoff situations that we will be able to bring you on the screen this evening. You can see Josh Mayo, Blake Witkowski, Connor Gibson, Kenneth Coulson, Jordan Parker and Owen Lakes are all locked in to the Cup Series for the final. And then you've got Joel Moore, Ryan Peters, MJ, Stephen Gill, Lucas Lewis, Gino Valenti, David Moyer, Joseph Klein, Aaron Espy, and Brooke Whitman. They're above the line at the moment. That's how far above the line they are. And then you've got Douglas Hess, Greg Pillar, Dylan Winters and Joshua Hahn are just below the cut line. So that's the situation. Same as always, guys, if you get a win and you've done the certain amount of races throughout the evening, throughout the season, you go straight forward into the final. Nothing really difficult, nothing really complicated.
When you're in.
So very good. Yeah, you win, you're in. So there we go. I'm going to go Saints at Williams redemption time, but being realistic is either
Williams to win the Drivers' Championship of Carlos Sainz.
He said realistically it's going to be either Piastri or Leclerc.
I was going to say, it's not 1990s out there anymore. I don't think Williams have a shot to win. But, no. Carlos could certainly surprise and get some more points. But will he beat Albon? Because Albon, generally, everybody's been thrown up against Albon. Albon's destroyed every one of his teammates.
Can we get? I don't really like Formula One. So can we discuss the NASCAR Cup Series?
We can discuss the NASCAR Cup Series. That's coming
up,
You know
what I mean? Let's talk about that as well. Because Denny Hamlin is going to finally win this year. Everybody, you've heard it here first.
He's the people's favourite, isn't he? If you've seen that NASCAR series on Netflix.
Yeah, he's my favourite as well. I've got my Danny Hamlin hat that come all the way from Martinsville. A friend of mine picked up while they were out there. So I'm going to go Danny Hamlin in the NASCAR series because I think he deserves it. He'll get it this year. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
SVG all the way.
Yeah, so I reckon that would be where we'll get it.
First race, of course, would be the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum on Monday.
It will.
My time. It's Monday the 3rd at the Bowman Gray Stadium. Hopefully, the weather will be fine enough for that. And then, of course, we got the duels at the Daytona and the big Daytona coming up.
Looking forward to that one.
Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise will be there to greet you. Days of
Thunder. Not a bad thing. Oh, I love Days of Thunder.
Drivers are undergoing a talkie with the powers that be, a drivers meeting. That's what I was referring to.
Meeting.
Drivers briefing to make sure that, bit of rubbing and grinding, dance, racing, driving.
Yeah.
What about overtakes here, James? Where would you get the job done?
Turn 1, possibly. I think will be the main opportunity going down into turn 1, which is obviously where the red line is. You go down from turn 10, officially turn 10, but actually it's more what we at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn 6, 7, 8. So you have 7 corners roughly here tonight. Going down into turn 1, that run up into the S's. Brave if you want to make a move into the chicane in a cup car. In fact, you'll be absolutely crazy. Down into turn 7, once you've gone around the outer loop, possibly down into that corner, you might make a left-hand turn there. But other than that, I think you're going to struggle to get job done here. But we will see how they get on as well. And I do wonder whether or not these guys will just look at the track as with certain places on a race circuit, we say, oh yeah, they can overtake there. But I think some places will look at the fact and just go, maybe these guys will have a go and do it anywhere. Do you know what I mean? I think that could be the main thing.
Bus stop chicane. They call it the bus stop chicane anyway, but I've seen overtaken opportunities through there many times. It is bold and brave. You can get 2 cars side by side through there. Not recommended.
Yeah,
but possible.
No, not recommended. You do have to be brave. You do have to be brave and see, but yeah, you're not going to want to really try and do that. They have started gridding up.
We have a grid.
And we'll be able to bring you up the grid. Jacob Traynor is on pole position with Bobby Rafferty in second, Owen Lax in third, Mark Allen Bivens in fourth, Joseph Klein in fifth, then Joshua Sutherland in sixth, Douglas Hess seventh, Ryan Peters eighth, Jordan Parker down in ninth, then Keegan Clark in 10th, Stephen Gill 11th, and then Adam Tahan is in 12th place. Moving on for the bottom end of that one. Is there any more? There is. There we go. Connor Gibson, Lucas Lewis, Josh Mayo, Brooke Whiteman, Aidan Graham, and MJ Palmer.
Thank you very much for that. 18 brave souls to take on the Glen.
Yes, ma'am. We're going to get this. We'll see. See how they get on. And see how they're going to take place. Full pace lap by the looks of it. So get a drink, grab your popcorn, sit back and get ready, guys, because this is going to be absolutely incredible. We are aware of an issue that this didn't go out, unfortunately, onto the NARAS channel. We will download it after this, and it will be uploaded to the NARAS channel as well. So, yeah, that was a slightly technical issue, unfortunately, beforehand, and we will get it straight up after the broadcast. But let's get this pace lap up and running here. Biggles, who do you think is going to win?
Oh, I'm hoping it's a completely new driver that hasn't got themselves locked into the playoffs, James. I really do. It's an opportunity for perhaps those drivers that struggle a little bit in the ovals and they end up finding themselves so much better at the road courses. So if I'm going to put that in, we'll show those points quickly up there. I'm gunning for any of those drivers in the white and yellow. Red. But I don't think we do have Douglas here. I don't think we have Greg here, or Dylan, or Joshua. Oh, Joshua? No, Joshua Hahn we have. Joshua Sutherland's here. Joshua Hahn's not. There you go. Yeah. Going for anybody else.
Yeah, Harry, yes, it is a rolling start. Number 11, Dominance, says Armand Brusso. I don't know who number 11 is. I can't actually see a number 11. SPR, who you going with? I'm going Coulson. Oh, nice. That's not a bad chart, to be honest. But there we go. See what happens. See how we get them.
At least I have live here
as well. Yeah, well, they couldn't have darkness, could they? I believe Mark Allen Bivens will win with the power of CTESPN. Let me know what CTESPN, please, means. That would be absolutely amazing. Can we have a look at Douglas Hess a minute?
That is the car, James. Yes, go ahead. Douglas. That's what the livery on the side of the car is referring to.
Oh, he's still running. Okay. I just want to check.
There's the logo he's referring to. CST. Yeah. So, who did you say you wanted to look at, my friend? Douglas Hess.
I did want to look at Douglas, but he's all right. He's on the back of the pack.
Yeah,
it's fine. I got a notification that apparently he'd crashed. Not quite sure what he did. I will have a look back. But, yeah, I think it was just a big checkup that caused the slight problem. But, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats. We are just about to go green. Pace car will be peeling off very, very shortly. The first 15 will be up and running. Jacob Traynor, there's Barney with a green flag once more. And here we go. Green flag drops. It's green, green, green. Rafferty got the jump over Traynor this time. Lack sitting in second place with third place. Actually, he's got down to fourth with Bivens in the mix at the same time. And you can see, oh, yeah, that's an off track that far out now, just to let you all go all know. But Bobby Rafferty took the whole shot. It's going to be up through here. Can they keep these tyres warm enough, or is there going to be a very, very slidey individual that's going to cause a parking lot? Nope, very nicely through. No real dramas. Ryan Peters started at the back. He's in pit lane and has gone for starting from pit lane at this moment in time. But currently, everybody has got through cleanly. First time into the bus stop chicane. Through they go out the other side. That's a big off track from Joseph Klein there, and never ideal. But looks like at the moment, apart from Joseph Klein going off at the bus stop, Biggles, everybody got through cleanly.
Yeah, actually, this is where it is exciting, as you can see in your pictures. Just had somebody blink there for a second. Looks like it was Jacob, the Australian driver, who's currently running in somewhere in the field there because of screwing with the timing tower. Bang! There's a car around, James.
Big. Yeah, Mark Allen Bevins, Joseph Klein winners off the side of the circuit. Joshua Sutherland has been involved. Brooke Whiteman, Lucas Lewis all had to take evasive action. I'm sure we'll have a look back at that one very, very shortly indeed. But let's get this rundown into turn number 1. You can see Joseph Klein doing the job at the moment. He is up 6 places as we focus on that number 71 of Tahan. Moving in there, he's tucked up right behind Josh Sutherland and is looking to make his way forward. Adam Tahan at the same time. Not bad start. Lap 1 already down. We're already on lap 2. Into the bus stop one more time here, Biggles. No major dramas apart from that little incident that's just happened back then, which I'm sure we'll have a look back very shortly.
This is I'm a little bit concerned about Jacob here. He has been blinking and all over the place, so I'm hoping his internet connection sorted itself out there because he is running in that second place. You'll see him drop out of that timing tower every once in a while, but hopefully, once again, maybe that dingo stopped chewing on his internet cable and it should be good to go there because he is chasing down Bobby Rafferty, and so far, they're starting to form a almost 3-second gap to Sutherland in P3. And it's done it again with Jacob too. Look, he's flashing in the background, but you can't see him. There he is.
Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal there. So let's hope that one does not carry on throughout the evening. But there has been a little bit of drama. Mark Allen Bivens has unfortunately had an accident earlier on. Joseph Klein was another one that had a massive amount of drama. I do wonder about Jordan Parker because he has ended up going into the pits. So I'm wondering whether or not he copped damage from this Klein. Oh, yes, he did. He got a lot of damage. So maybe we can have a look back at the Joseph Klein Sutherland incident. Into the bus stop one more time here, Biggles. Adam Tahan, Joshua Sutherland still in second and third, but Bobby Rafferty off down the line. Now you can have a look here. This is going into the bus stop, and there's a slight little off track there for Mark Allen Bivens.
There, yeah, does that cause a little bit of this? There's a few drivers running really wide at the very first turn too, James, but let's have a look at the incident. Is contact there or not? It's hard to say.
Yeah, watch the blue car or the purple car on the inside. He comes round and unfortunately there's contact that causes Parker to go into pit lane. Yeah. Here it comes now. Bang. And unfortunately Parker goes round and does end up going into pit lane there at the same time. Brooke Whiteman, Lucas Lewis are next to each other with the 37 of Connor Gibson tucked in right behind. Ooh. So action with these three all the way here. So nice little bit of action as these guys shoot up through this S's section and onto that back straight. I do find Watkins Glen very interesting, but I also, this version comes so quick, so fast that, you know, the lap times are what, minute 10, minute 11 at least, and then we're back again. You know, so it goes quick. It doesn't leave a lot of time to get it right.
No, absolutely not, especially with our stage breaks as well, too, as Douglas is fighting on by with MJ Palmer, who's up 4 places in that number 13, looking to say number 5, gets a good run out of the corner, and the window gang is watching him at the moment. The Ford number 8, as you can see, looking for a place to get the OT done there, James. Probably nothing around here. Go down to the back stretch, got a sweeping corner up to your left, another sweeping corner to your right. Maybe just line him up for that possible turn 1 OT, James. Oh, he runs wide there. That's going to cost him.
Yeah, MJ's got to be a little bit more careful. He's got to stay tucked in behind Hess as best as he possibly can. And he's got to look forward as much as possible. Josh Mayo is also here. And that's Mark Allen Bivens in front of him in that 76 machine. So, yeah, great action from all of these guys all the way through. Field getting quite spread out, though. The front with Josh Sutherland and Adam Tahan are still, whoa, okay. Yeah, maybe not flick on Adam. He has literally just disappeared on me.
Yeah, Adam is flicking as well too. Jake, thankfully, isn't as much these days now, but forget it, Joshua. He's the one that's got Adam on his tailpipe. You can't miss that target. And you've certainly got a target painted on his back and hood and all over that car as Adam is chasing him down. He's got a bit of pizza slices. Well, he's got the James livery on it. He's got 7-Eleven. He's got all the goodies there. He's got the Slurpees and the hot dogs and the hamburgers and the pizza.
Yeah, absolutely. On that one, I'm currently moving houses, and while I'm renovating, I've got JPB on the speaker while painting and decorating. Nice. Best way to have us, mate, as well. Radicals has got me through hours of planning a full house, but that's always good on that one. SPR at the same time. So thank you so much for joining us and coming along and having some fun this evening. Adam Tahan sitting in 4th place. We have got Sutherland closing in on Trainer, but at the moment Bobby Rafferty Biggles is 2 point something seconds out front and
MJ.
Absolutely flying.
MJ, that's not going to steer too well, my friend, for the Black Flag Racing team. So MJ's gone off track somewhere, and that's a hard lick into the fence. And how are you going to turn it, mate? I don't think your steering column's working. He will have to tow back. And let's take a geezer. That's what's happened to poor MJ, mate.
Coming down through turn 1. Oh, snap at the curb. And bang.
How did that ding the front? Must have hit the fence.
He caught it on that fence on the left-hand side there, sticking out, unfortunately, for MJ. So Joseph Klein, Owen Lax, as they're continuing to fight this one out. Stage 1.
He's got that one from really wide.
Yeah.
And that's job done.
Yeah, done on that one. Yikes! How are you, TJ? Welcome in. That's old Fatty Damas. As well, TJ Spainhour. Bromance, TJ. Bromance this season in BSC, brother. So let's see that one. These guys are continuing. Yes, yikes, because of the fact that we've got cup cars on our road. So it lacks tacked in behind Klein.
I'd like to see him in Bathurst. Honestly, I think Bathurst would be a better track for these cars than...
No.
Yes, sir. As Owen Lax wants to take his position back from Joseph. Joseph's on the off-track big time, but will that help him too much or not and get too much of an OT? Remember as well, too, that we are in stage breaks. This is stage 1 at the moment, so we are halfway through stage 1. It'll go caution, we'll re-rack them, restack them, and Bobby's gap that he has up the road, well, Bobby and Jacob will now be shriveled to, well, Bobby's gap of 3 seconds, my friend, will be shriveled to 0 when they go down to pit road for the first caution, stage caution.
Yeah. I do love this shot. You can see that Jacob Trainer, Sutherland closing in up and then doesn't just quite get brave enough running it up through the S's. And no fast repairs, so that has left Jordan Parker out of the race. That hit that he had earlier on broke his rear axle, unfortunately for Jordan. And now he is out of the race. So big loss there for Jordan Parker early on, and is now out. Biggles.
We got 3 drivers sitting in pit road getting those damage dinged out there for at least 8 minutes, 2 minutes. MJ, Stephen, Jordan. I should mention some of those drivers probably not be reluctant to come back out. Another bleg from Adam, unfortunately, because I tried to pull up his car. There he is. That's Joshua. Adam behind him is blinking in and out. There he will appear and disappear and reappear, and he's doing his magic tricks out down the track. But I'm sure the other drivers didn't want to get the tickets to see that show, mate. Not when a car appears and reappears. As we're seeing a nice little close battle once again, presuming between Joseph Klein and Owen Lax.
Yeah, they're continuing to fight here for 5th and 6th place. Whiteman and Connor Gibson. Gibson down in 8th are also quite close together. But Tahan is running alongside Sutherland. They're side by side. Tahan and Sutherland, are they going to be brave enough to go side by side? They can, yeah. Oh, and then Tahan goes and disappears. They just nearly crashed into each other up through the S's.
That's going to be super frustrating for Joshua because he's got to kind of predict where Adam's going to be if he does his disappearing tricks again. And that does make it very, very difficult. Usually, sometimes, if you do that too many times, they will get on the radio, like right now. Do that. Adam is there somewhere. Joshua does not know. Bang, on the corner. So if he gets close enough, that could turn into something a bit nasty. And, of course, they might be on the radio informing race control that, hey, if that car's blinking a little bit too much, he may have to get down to pit road, James.
Pull it over.
Yeah,
pull it over, son. Pull it over, go out, wind up your internet, give it a shake and a rattle and a roll, and then get the old feed the old hamster and let him run the wheel until it gives you power. But at the moment, yeah, for Tahan, blinking sideways, very hungry looking Tahan's car. Sutherland again looking at going up the inside into the bus stop once more, and again, unless he's actually going to make that overtake, there is no point running that line, Biggles. Right? And I'm going to put this bluntly, because all it does is put you offline for him. There's no point running it. You might as well go and, I don't know, sit back in behind him. It's pointless. So there we go.
Two great battles forming. We still see that battle behind there with Owen Lax. That's completely just in P5, P6, just down the road from these gentlemen. With 5 to go on our stage 1 break. Joseph is doing everything he possibly can to retake that position back from Owen. Both these drivers are 1 and 2 places down from the original starting position, but I will go back up to this because turn 1 opportunities are overtaking opportunities. A little bit too far back Adam is. Will stick his nose in, try to throw him off.
Oh, he's got to run.
But he won't have the exit power. As soon as he hits that loud pedal, James, that rear end just wants to scream, and Adam is blinking.
Yeah, I'd stay off him. Yeah, don't do that. It seems to be not a good idea. Not a good idea here. And unfortunately, need to get this track for AC when the High Rock Live Rock is very, very cold. Autocorrect, the High Rock livery is cold. As those guys and Adam, and there's been a collision. That is a mixture of people. Adam Tahan has unfortunately had a moment, and it could have been from his blinking initially because he lost it going up through the S's.
Yes, I'd say so, James, for sure.
Yeah, and then unfortunately for Adam Tahan, he got caught in whatever situation was going on after that. But you can see this action here on your screen as they're going to go.
Whoa, that's left. A late dive. Whoa.
Yeah, I think that car's broken. I think that's the problem. So, yeah, unfortunately on that, with that number 76 machine.
76, I do not see on the grid on my timing tower, James.
No, that's what's on the car.
Yeah, some naughty driver hasn't updated it. That's a 10-second penalty. 3 to go, James.
Yeah.
Gino's in for that damage. Stage. That's the 35 there. That's crab walking, my friend. And he's going to park that one down there with 3 to go, no doubt. Sit it out. And unfortunately, the Glen has conquered his bowling average.
Absolutely. Ran a 32 car field here on the Gem 4's Thursday. Was an absolute blast and an absolute probably a mess there. I can safely tell you that one. Bobby Rafferty with 3 to go. Going through the lead now, out in front. He is literally 5.7 seconds. Mark Allen Bivens and Lucas Lewis. It's Lewis in that number 73 machine, I believe it is. Bivens in the number 76, which is actually 25 in the session. But Bobby Rafferty here. There is Bivens there. Number 25 in the session and number 76 on his car. So we'll ignore that one for a minute as these guys continue to fight. Bivens going to head down into turn 1. He's going to lock up right behind him. Is this going to be his opportunity? He's got the inside. He's got to use that downward curve here, Biggles, to try and shoot the run out and try and get up through the S's if he can.
And stay off that inside chicane and throw it up. And here we go. So Mark Allen Evans on the loud paddle. As our race leader about to head down the back chute into the heel and toe that doesn't exist, of course, on this version, to start the final lap of our first stage here at Bowling Glen 175. Here we go, opportunities. I said there are some opportunities through here, the bus stop there, chicane James, but it's all about the exit. You got the sweeping right-hand corner that comes up almost immediately.
Yeah. That's the thing. They've got to make sure they can carry momentum.
Goes around the outside.
Here.
2 trailer park
Yeah,
girls.
literally. And off the side of the circuit at the same time. So as he gets up, front damage there on that car on the right-hand side of Bivens. That was from the earlier contact. And now he does manage to make it through on Lucas Lewis.
What a late
Lewis
dive!
Back up the inside. Shot up the inside. Come back from an absolute country mile. Didn't quite make it through. Now they're going to go over the line here. Your leader is number 7. He is coming through the long right-hander. He sent it again on the inside as well. And he seems like Bivens either doesn't have a spotter or just doesn't realise he's there. Because every time he's got up the inside, Bivens has turned in on him.
Yeah.
So
he's done a land stroll.
It's very, very difficult.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's travelling. Well, you know, I always say don't mirror drive anyway, so just tear those mirrors off and just drive your own. This is a great battle between these two. Thankfully, it is one of the most exciting battles. Oh,
he's hit him.
There's beef a little bit there. Yeah.
We don't have pork in this session, I'll tell you that much. We have beef. So at least having a right little bit of a ding-dong. They're going to throw the car at each other. We've got one more lap. We're on the final lap of the stage.
How's Zappo? He's saying track limit. No track limits here, James.
He squeezed him as well.
Yeah.
There was no way he was going to let him through. Lewis is going deep. Lewis is going to send this either going into turn 1, and he will absolutely shoot it up the inside here. But yeah, that was absolutely incredible little bit of ding-dong these two were having. It was like handbags at Dome, but with a big 500-pound plus cup car in the session. And they're having a right little fight. I wonder if Lewis is going to return the favour. So I've got a funny feeling Mark Allen Bivens might be getting a little receipt up through the bus stop if Lewis can get there. But your leader is on through the second to last corner.
Yep.
Coming around the final corner soon, but it will be Bobby Rafferty, will be stage winner. And we will try and grab him and have a chat with him here as well. Comes round the final corner. Bobby Rafferty led from green flag straight to the first stage win. And he is going to come over the way. Stage 1 is completed. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And it's Bobby Rafferty with that win. And let's see if I can get hold of Bobby.
Jacob gets P2. Joshua will be at that P3 of the stage there. Owen Jacks, Joseph Klein there. Brock Whiteman. Mark Allen Bevins. Lucas will get that battle between himself there and Douglas Hess there. Connor Gibson. Ryan Peters. Josh Mayhew. And then we have Stephen Gill a lap down there. Adam Talon with that damage there. And we've got a few other pit lane and 2 retirements. James, do we have managed to grab that driver yet?
No, he's not in the Discord voice chat, unfortunately. So I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to have a chat with the boss man himself, who is currently sat in pit lane. We have a quick update here from Jordan Parker. Jordan, what happened? How bad is it? And I'm guessing you are out.
Yeah, it's bad. I came into turn 6 and I saw a car spun around, so I decided to put myself as far left as I could. But I seen him start to roll forward a little bit, and I couldn't tell how far I was from him. And by that point, I knew I got hit. And when I got to pit road, I started to kind of crab walk a little bit. So the back of the car was out further than I wanted it to. Let's just say that. And got to pit road, and I seen I had 20 seconds of optional and 4 minutes of required. So I was like, yeah, I'm out of this. I'm not going to – it's almost not worth it to keep driving with those points.
Especially with the optionals being the steering, which is kind of a big part. So there we go as well. But it's a bit of a shame. But listen, you're in the playoffs anyway. You know, you can sit and chill out now and go forward. We're heading to Daytona. Oh,
yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. Like I told you guys at Kansas, the mindset's still the same. Go out and win like we don't have one. I know I've got something working with Owen Lax and my teammate with the 5 of Joseph Klein. So we're going to make something happen at Daytona and come back and get this win.
Well, let's hope so. And we'll see how we go on there. But Jordan, thanks so much for joining us there, buddy. And, well, look forward to seeing you next week, I guess.
All righty. We'll see you guys next week.
Take care, man. Well, there we go. Jacob Trainer. Having a nice, he's having a nice rest at the moment then, Biggles, because he clearly cannot come back out of pit lane. So poor old Jacob Trainer. For poor old Jordan Parker, that is him done. Pace car lights are still on again. So hold on to your hats here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have come and had some fun here as well. This is like watching Dale Earnhardt and Waltrip, apparently, according to Jim from up here. Not quite sure who's who, Biggles, but I'm guessing you're one and I'm the other.
Yes. It's 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other up here.
Yep. So I don't know who that is. I don't know which one we are. Who are we? You let us know in YouTube chat there. So while these guys are under yellow, they're going to be going one more lap here. And see how we go.
So just for our points there, James, Bobby Rafferty, who won our stage 1 break, is not even in the point standings.
No. First time, isn't it?
Yes. Now, if he gets a couple of wins up his sleeve, I believe he may be able to be a contender for the playoffs.
Yes, but he has got to get wins. That's going to be the major problem for him.
Well, the way that this man from this home state that he's racing at, he's probably been to this track a couple of times, Middleton, New York, and this is upstate New York, of course, and he definitely showing these other Yankees how to get it done in the Big Apple.
Yeah, I think the thing is for me, it's just road side. They just don't look right. I think he means the drivers and one with the it's probably the Arna. Oh, okay, not you two famous drivers who used to. Oh, okay, yeah, I knew that. I know who they are, but they're also up in the comms booth as well, haven't they? I've watched Disney Cars. They've got Waltrip in that. I'm sure they have. You know what I mean? But they, have both of them done comms at some point, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure they have. No. Both of them have done comms. So there you go. But hey, see what happens. Pace car lights are still on. There's going to be one more lap under green.
We have our lovely picture-in-picture again. Thank you for that there, James. We've got all the goodies here at the JP Broadcasting Network for keeping all the action, which we shall certainly have, no doubt, because now you re-rack and re-stack them, you're going to see some of these fantastic battles wanting to resume. Is Jacob in P2 going to let Bobby Rafferty just drive away with this one again? Hopefully Jacob's connection is now stable. That's our Thunder from down under Australian on the field. We have one Australian and we have one Canadian, and the rest we have from the good old USA.
Yeah. Lights are off, I believe. So there you go. Not Dale Senior, RIP. Yeah. So there's a big spread here. Why are we not? I don't understand why everybody is not bunched up together. Like, why are there 19? Okay, so we've got Graham didn't start. Kean Clark didn't start. Parker's in pit lane. But we've still got 16 cars and we're nowhere near each other on the final lap of pacing. 2, 4, 6, 8. We're missing like 8 cars. Where are they all? And why are you not joining on to the back of the pace car?
Yeah,
they're starting to get together now, but I'm surprised they've left this so late, to be blatantly honest.
Well, it's the 25, his mark. He's flying to catch the rest of the snake. And we have the 42 of Joshua trying to catch the rest of the snake. We have the 82 of Stephen. And here's a lap down, but Stephen Gill's trying to catch him as well. So you can see on that track map, those, I think they're waiting for them to bunch up, and then we should get ready to go as we're entering the chicane.
I'm surprised they haven't delayed it for another lap, to be blatantly honest with you, because I thought they might have done with the fact that they're not all together. So, yeah, I'm very surprised that that delay didn't come. But let's see. Let's see how we get on. Stage prediction, stage 1 done and dusted here, Biggles. And by what I can see, unless Jacob Trainer, Owen Lax, or Brooke Whiteman, or Lucas Lewis, or anybody like that gets over on Bobby Rafferty, Rafferty's going to run away.
I'm 100% agreeing with you that one. Bobby Rafferty sounds like the perfect NASCAR driver name as well too. So, and his home state, with his home audience, has probably got his whole family out there watching him in the grandstand. Absolutely, I think this one's Bob. It's more Bobby's race to lose, I think, at this point there, James. Unless Jacob, of course, can try to do something on this double file restart coming up soon, and it won't be a standing still restart because there's too much horsepower in these cars. They'll just sit there and bog down on the racing line, on the grid.
Yeah, they won't go anywhere. Well, they will, but it'll be a big power of tyre spinning up there. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hold on. Stage 2 will be up and running, and we are green. Rafferty again. You've got to get over him. If you're not going to get over him, he will run away. Trainer sitting on that outside line. Boy, you are going to get bullied. You have just lost your shoes, your lunch money, your packed lunch, and your shoes are hanging over a telephone line by their laces there, Mr. Jacob Trainer, because you have just been bullied out of that position from Owen Lax, from Connor Gibson. And unfortunately for Jacob Trainer, he is going to have a day hungry being schooled by these boys.
And Rafferty already up the road by 1.5 seconds almost at this point there, James. So getting the job done with you. And there's Connor Gibson going, come back onto the track. This is the thing about two when you lose at the chicane. Stay still. And he does. Wow.
Whoa. Gibson there in that 37 Tide machine. Big dramatic moment for him. Unfortunately for Connor Gibson down the back end of the pack. This is Lucas Lewis and Jacob Trainer. Considering having a nice little battle, Trainer is on the back end of Owen's Lax there. There you go, that is the inside shot of Trainer's car in the bottom right-hand corner. You can see him going to be working this steering wheel like an absolute man on a mission at the gym, coming down into turn 1. There's going to be a lot of wiggles and wobbles. He's going to bring it to the right. Now he's got to try and get it on the gas. Over the curve he goes. Slight little wobble of the wheel. Now running up once more as he's continuing to try and get these cars going. But this is the problem. They're fighting, Biggles. They're fighting. Rafferty says, adios.
Yeah, exactly. He's loving it behind them. As I said, it's his race to lose at this point, more so than his race to win. I think that one's already going to be ticked off his trophy cabinet request there, as we're watching everybody also in dual pictures. You're keeping an eye on that close battle for P2. I'm keeping on a battle for P4, 5, 6, and 7, James.
Yeah, fighting all the way through. You can see the side-by-side action on the main screen. You can see Trainer looking to make his way forward, but he can't, unfortunately. Lax is in there. He's got to clear Lax. The action behind is Brooke Whitman, Lucas Lewis, Mark Allen Bevans, and Sutherland as they're continuing to fight it out. A little bit of a wide run. And unfortunately for them guys on the main screen, they're still together. Look, 2, 4, 6 of them. And we've got these two shooting off down into turn 1. Is this something that's going to pass and materialate? No, it is not. They are going to basically follow me leader all the way up through the S's, Biggles.
73, Lucas just gets a little bit tight going into the corner. Gets overtaken by Joshua Sutherland and Mark. Actually, Joshua Sutherland on that one. So that pack starting to sort itself finally out, James. But I don't think it's all over yet between these drivers. And remember, this is the stage 2 that we have, so we will 7 more laps before we end the stage break.
Bevans there, Trainer working that wheel. Lucas Lewis sitting in the mix here with Whiteman, Peters, Connor Gibson. Lots of action taking place. They are starting to close in on Sutherland though, Lucas Lewis. And he's having a great little go there, trying to close it in onto the back of Sutherland as we jump onto Lewis's car. You can see Sutherland further up the road. And Brooke Whitman is working hard, and he's got Sutherland tucked in front of him, Biggles. So lots of you can see just how hard it is. Look at the wheel movement, the wheel wobble from that bottom right cam coming out of Whiteman's car. There's a lot of effort getting these cars round.
Yep. Oh, we're looking over the rear hood there. Oh, boot.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, they're still banging. We love it, James. We got it. It's the only way to kind of get your OTs done around here, mate. But we saw it earlier between some of these gladiators, and we're going to see it again as we're Chopper Champ Cam's going to be fast enough to chase these cars through backstretch.
Yeah, see the nose from Lucas Lewis there. Peters in behind. Lewis is going to go in. He's going to get the perfect run through the chicane. You've got currently Sutherland, and that is side by side, I believe, with Mark Allen Bivens. It is Josh Sutherland. Sutherland's going to have that inside line. We've still got that bottom battle taking shape of Lucas Lewis and Whitman. We've got Sutherland there with Bivens going into the final. Oh, yeah. Behave, boys.
He'll run wide. He should get the exit speed here. Oh, he's going to break heavy coming into the corner, the final quarter.
He's got to, yeah.
This is where you get your run, James. This is where Joshua's just got to get on that loud pedal as loud as possible and then just send it up on the inside of his bowl and braid. Now, it's a little too late. If that main stretch was just a tad bit longer, James, I'd say a couple 100 metres more, you'd see a lot more overtaking at the moment. Bivens 3:1:16 says, you have been passed. I love it, Brett. At the moment, Joshua's looking to get a quote from that.
Yeah, Sutherland here in a moment. Don't pull out. Just stay in the racing line and look for the exit coming out the other side of the bus stop. That's what he's got to do. If he nails that, he'll nail Bevins. If he doesn't nail it, he won't nail Bevins. In the bottom right, we've got Lucas Lewis, Peters and Gibson with Whitman and Whiteman in there. But yeah, you can go all the way out there. You've got to be a little bit careful on the next left-hander from Bivins' his machine. Over the curve, pop it over the curve, take a little bit of the edge of the curve there. Not going to stop that over rotation going in there, through the final corner, over the curve again, get the rotation off the wall. Yay. Sutherland nearly hit the wall. But Connor Gibson is having a right old go at the moment, side by side with Ryan Peters in that bottom right corner. Peters has gone through, Gibson's come back through on him as well. And that is all done and dusted. Sutherland going to cop it off track. That's one of the changes they made at Watkins Glen. They made that turn now an off track, and they made the traditional turn 8 on the long circuit not an off track.
Oh, he's power sliding. Look at this, James. He is absolutely drifting this machine. I wonder if he got any damage on that. He did fly over the chicane at 1,000,000 miles an hour, cut a lot of the grass and stuff like that. It will damage the underbelly of that car, and he's struggling big time. It's like... Just have a look at it, James. It's I don't know. You can probably go inside the cockpit and have a look. Yeah, he's really fighting it.
Yeah, Sutherland there. I don't know if he's burnt up. He couldn't have burnt up tyres already. But let's have a look as he goes into the left-hander. Is he going to be able to hold this car? Massive amounts. Try and get it on the gas. Yeah. He's definitely... You can see him sliding as well because there's nothing in the wheel until he locks it back to centre. And then it's almost like the direct drive or whatever he's on, G920, I don't really care. And it all of a sudden gives him that control back. Watch, he'll move it out, he's sliding now, and then bang, he kind of locks it back into the middle as if to say, right, I've got you again. So now through the right-hander, does the same thing, slide it through, goes through the left, he'll do the same thing. He's sliding now. He's got to look on the right-handed exit, and then all of a sudden it will just lock into the middle. Boom, there you go, and he's got hold of it again. So that car, out of all the cars on the racetrack, that is loose. That loose.
That loose, yeah. You saw that before. He's flying in there a little too quick there, James, and he's got to ease off that loud pedal right now because he's going to lose that place. There goes Brooke Whiteman. He'll have to lose it because those tyres are a little bit cooked on the rear end if he hits that loud pedal too much. And there it is, James, and that's why he's struggling.
Yeah, he's got four laps to try and hang on to this car to get this through stage, or he sacrifices stage and goes in early. That's the only thing that for Sutherland's options are. You either sacrifice stage, go in early, get changed, and then you're all ready for the run out, but you've got more laps. If you can't keep the car for tyres for 15 laps, you're definitely going to struggle for the next 20. So he's got to be in a mindset, okay, so I've either got to keep it on track here as Lewis and Graham are having a nice little ding-dong. And having their own little tat-tats here. And these two guys are doing a good job. Connor Gibson in that 37 machine in front of us, just absolutely flying with Lucas Lewis in behind that.
It's bringing Ryan Peters into play as well now too, so he's loving that little squabble between Connor and Lucas. Lewis, the double L, And Connor's bringing it for Canada, getting his 6 positions gain up at a P7. We are down to 3 to go in the stage break, and Bobby Rafferty's gone. No, he's not. Bobby must have made a mistake. He's only got, well, Owen's just been on a flyer now because Owen's just a half a second change down the road currently from man that's dominated Heat 1, Stage 1.
Yep. There we go. We're on board with Owen as he continues to chase Bobby down. At the same time, don't forget, guys, if you do want to come and get involved with the NARAS, we're on round 13. We've got Daytona next week. Everybody knows how to do Daytona. Come on, TJ. Come on,
Pit Road, mate. So just curious.
Yeah, you've got to sacrifice. This is the thing. He sacrificed stage points to be able to get track position for the next one. He knows if he goes in now and he has track position, all of these will go in and he'll be sat at the front.
Mm-hmm.
This is that.
It's not a bad idea.
No, definitely not. And at the moment, he's still in 10th place, so he'll still get a point out of the stage break.
I saw a race the other day that I was
7,
doing, James, and it was so close with late pit stops, of course, because there was a couple of green white checkers. Some of the drivers elected to take only 2 tyres. They had, for some reason, unlimited tyre sets in that particular race by accident. They took 2 tyres, managed to jump like a whole gaggle of cars to get track position. It worked quite well for them because taking 2 tyres, of course, is just enough to get you a little bit of traction. And I'll tell you what, it can pay off. Some of those all those alternative strategies, pit stop strategies, short fueling, all that sort of jazz. As this is closest that Lax is coming now, Owen's really trying to apply some pressure right now. 2 to go on Bobby Rafferty. Bobby has not had a car ahead of him in these first 2 stages, mate. So he wants to keep it that way. Owen wants to change the situation, flip it upside down, get the 88 ahead.
Yeah, Bobby's had the track to himself, didn't he, for pretty much most of stage 1. He's coming into the bus stop, get it in there over the curb. I tell you what, out of every single part of this racetrack, that is the most important. If Lax absolutely had gone out, say last week, and just practiced that bit for about 50, 60 times, he would have absolutely nailed it. Because that is the biggest momentum corner that they need to hold on to. And at the moment, he is holding on to the back. Breathe. Whoa, steady. Lax is looking feisty. He's going to send it out the inside. He's taking his nose off. Oh, dearie me. It is time for Mr. Owen Lax to go and get hold of Kim Kardashian's plastic surgeon. He needs a new nose. Done and dusted. Nose job for Lax there. Rafferty just turned around, Biggles, didn't he? Just went, nope.
Yeah, Bobby needs to put a couple extra padlocks on his door because he may get burgled this one. But I tell you what, Owen's just got to throw it in somewhere. Bobby's got to know that. If he's had these messages from his team there to say, okay, this is where some of these other drivers that have been way behind him, of course, on the track, have been seizing these opportunities of last late breakers, Daniel Ricciardo style, ex-Daniel Ricciardo style. It's up to Bobby Rafferty to park that car in all the right places as number 7 leading still.
Through the outer loop they go. They're going to come back on themselves. They're not going to go off down the Grand Prix circuit down there. And Lax now has taken, this is it, the final opportunity to assert. It's one of them M&M moments. You're either going to capture it or you're going to let it slip. And I think at the moment it is going to be Rafferty's, unless Lax takes a dive. And he's got a long way to dive. Rafferty, don't leave that door open. Take his nose. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The end of stage number 2. Rafferty's going to win again. He is going to win stage 2 as well. That's 20 points for Rafferty. And we haven't even got to the end of the race. Great run there from Bobby Rafferty. I wonder if I can have a quick chat with Mr. Lax while they are on their post-lap. Can't see Rafferty in the Discord, unfortunately. So I'm going to bring in Mr. Owen Lax here, who was spent most of stage number 2 chasing down Mr. Rafferty. 9 points on the board, Owen, before you got to the end of the race, mate. Well done for you. Second in stage 2.
Yeah, I'm struggling right now. I have 0 driver comms. My driver audio just went out, so struggling a little bit on that front. But obviously, I don't think I'm that fast. Bobby and Jacob were both on older sets of tires there because they stayed out. But we're going to take 4 new tires again. Hope it goes to the end, and I think I can lock up at least a top 5 if it goes green all the way.
Yeah, well, there's no reason why we shouldn't go green, to be fair, because I do love the thing about road circuits is obviously we run road rules, so there's not as many caution situations as there normally would be on an oval. What are your chances, realistically, Owen? Can you get Bobby? The main part of Bobby is getting Bobby at the start. If you can get over Bobby at the start or muscle him on some form of shape or form on the first lap, you could be able to position your car for the rest of the race and stay in front of him, right?
Well, I think it's to the point if I want to pass Bobby, I'm going to have to muscle him because I was trying to play a bit of mind games there at the end of the stage. You saw me diving in, maybe breaking a little later to try and get him to force a mistake. But I think if we're going to do anything here, it's going to have to be by force. So we'll see what we have to do here, and I'll do what's necessary if the opportunity is given.
We're not talking force a little bit of a bump and run, are we, Owen?
Maybe a little bit, but I won't do that until probably the last 4 or so laps. I won't do it till late. It's not like I'm going to come out on the restart here and move him out the way.
Video him. That'd be interesting. All right, well, listen, dude. Well done on your second place. Good luck, buddy. Let's see how you get on at the end.
Yep, thank you. Hopefully we catch you later.
He's down there getting... So I was going to say we'll give him a little bit of a second to concentrate on his pit stop because it's going to be a very important pit stop here, James. As pit crew's down there lifting him up on the jacks. On the other side, gentlemen. There we go.
Oh, he's up now. Quick, do it now because nobody noticed. We've got it.
He's out. He's out. So Lucas Lyons will remain out, as you meant. Bobby will continue to get out just ahead there. Owen Lax, Jacob Tanner, and Brock Whiteman, James. So they all came in those same positions. They've all returned out of the pit road, those same positions. But the only difference, of course, is that man who gambled. Lucas Lewis gambled on that one, and how will that gamble pay off? Because now Bobby has to do the race restart for the first time behind somebody, James. Well, he'll be side by side, but yeah, you know, Lucas will have that advantage of the green go first before the other drivers.
Yep. And if Lucas plays that right, he could tie Bobby properly up here. You're almost tempted to, on the green, to drop it, but then you need Owen as close to your bumper as you possibly can. So you would come round the final left. And what I would do, I would slow to literally 10 mile an hour, get Owen up behind me, and then you can accelerate out to the pace car speed, which is 60, is it? I think they've got it set at 60 miles an hour or 50 miles an hour. Got to keep pace car speed, pace car, otherwise you get a penalty. And then get Owen to sit right on my bum, like literally. And then both of us would accelerate. That would, depending on if he's got any sense here, Lucas, he'll have the inside line because he'll need that down into 1. And I would pull Owen in there with me and send Bobby out on yonder, out past the curbing on turn 1. Personally, that's what I would do. Let us know in YouTube chat what you would do. Obviously, for Arma Brusso, that's going to be a guess, buddy, for you because I'm not seeing you at the front. So unfortunately, it might be just a bit of a picture book coming from you.
We got beef. James has got beef with our fantastic audience that's tuned in this evening. Thank you very much. To give us a like because we're getting very close now, James, on the JP Broadcast Network to 3K. That's 2.91 current at the moment. You're growing quite rapidly, and why not? It's a fantastic broadcast network with the best in the business at the helm there, Mr. James himself, the boss man, joining you this evening. So we appreciate that. The leagues appreciate it as well, too. You get to show off their fantastic liveries and all the hard work that the leagues put in behind the scenes. And I think maybe Bobby was playing with his food, Bobby Rafferty, in that one. He's just like, look, guys, I'm sick of you not putting the camera on me, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slow down, bring some action, and then you can turn the camera towards me.
Yep. I think this is a vital restart. I know Owen was like, oh, if I can get a top 5, but he needs to know how vital this is. They have to keep Bobby out on the outside. Now, if that means sending it in so deep into 1 that they might as well have a snorkel and mask because they've gone that far into yonder, you know, that's how he needs to get it. He's got to play Bobby out past that curb at turn 1. Because otherwise, if you let Rafferty go, like he has done in 1 and 2, it's over. got to send him wide. On there.
The
hell, man, I've been very...
I just said, James just sent you a fax, okay, with how to get the maneuver done. So.
That's what I would do. I would send it in so hot. Whatever Rafferty, if he breaks, I would break 5 meters longer just to make sure I got that extra bit.
How many times are you a race winner, James, at the Glen?
Not in this series. Not in these cars.
All right. But you have one at the
But you do realize I won the MX 500 at Martinsville, right?
Yeah,
4.5 hours at Martinsville.
That's just turning left, mate. I mean, that's
I don't make no
right in
difference.
this series.
I've still won an iRacing special event. Right, I'm a Bruce. You know I love you really. I'm only playing. Right, here we go. This is the restart. This is the vital restart now. If they let Rafferty get over the top of them two on the inside of trouble. Owen's tucked in where he needs to be. Green. Now you've got to send him out wide. Coming down into that turn one. You guys, no, don't do that.
Don't do that. I did.
You did everything bar what I said, and now Rafferty's gone round. There's ding-dongs in the back, in the middle. Round, that's it. It's going to be a pile-up.
Yep.
Car park.
That's a caution.
Everybody pay and display. Don't forget.
Lucas is in the fence, riding the fence then, mate.
They did everything bar what I said. They got the start, and then they started playing with each other on the way down. I don't get that. You had him where you wanted him. Watch the beginning. Get right in. Watch the beginning. The outside two cars, they've got the start now. So this is going to go green very, very shortly, right? You see the acceleration from the 78. That's Bivens. Now we're green. So they've got what they needed to do. They didn't need that. Why they did that, I don't get it. Because now Rafferty's just going to run all the way around the outside. He's going to go all the way up the curb, and he's going to take the lead. Then what happens? Beef. Boom, 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 boom. Round they go, and everybody's displaying for a piece on the racetrack. It's crazy. You had him set up on that restart. You literally had him. Oh, boys. Well, 73 stayed out of it. Yeah.
Let's have a look from Bobby Rafferty's perspective there, James.
What he should have done. Look, at this moment, watch the two cars on the right hand side. You're just going to see him come into shot. There's one. Now we're just going to peek the nose of laps. There you go. He's there. Done. They had him. Stay single file. Go round turn one. Bobby Rafferty is right out here at this point. He's now 5 yards to the left of that curb. And they didn't do either. And then this. Pish, posh, bang. Now that, if I've ever seen it before in my life, is a strike at bowling. Crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crazy. Anything between the walls is fair game. Push him wide. That's what I mean, Mackenzie. He literally had him. They had Rafferty locked in where they needed him to be. And all they had to do was just stay single file down into one. If they'd done that, run him at wide, put Bobby out the outside curb to the left hand of that curb, all the way out there, made him brake, slow down, do something, they would have come round that corner and they would have been in the lead of the race. But they didn't. They did something completely different. So, crazy. Listen to your driver, coach. Trust me.
We're going to have a look what happened to Joshua Sutherland a little bit further back on this one. He does get involved in this wreck, unfortunately. Further up, as they'll go on the loud pedal. He doesn't know what's about to happen up the road, of course. He's just going to sneak one up on the inside. Yeah.
Can he get it stopped?
He does get it stopped. Good job there for Sutherland. And then I think when they turn up here, Sutherland has to pick left or right, and he unfortunately gets nowhere to go at this point. Bang.
He can't even go right, can he?
No.
That's the problem. There's cars on his outside. He don't even
but he will get
anywhere
more,
to go.
He will get more places, but they're heading back into pit road. So Owen Lax is in pit road. Joshua Sutherland's in pit road. All that damage. Josh Mayu. Lucas, as we saw, was up on his side earlier into the fence there. And Mark Allen Bivens. So half the field, James.
Yeah, and there's no fast repairs.
No fast. Yeah, your pit crew's got to be working double time.
Bro, there's no fast repairs. There better be 10 ton of duct tape. I can tell you that much.
All right, Jacob, you have another shot here, and happy Australia Day to you. This is the Australian, mate, and it's our invasion day, if we say, from you British. today.
Really? We're going to go politics?
We're going to go politics, of course. No, they do say Invasion Day or whatever. Well, the Aboriginals will say Invasion Day, of course, but yep. Jacob, let's see if we can get the race win. See if we can beat Bobby today. Oh, Bobby's going to get the trifecta, James.
They had it. They literally had it. They had him set up. And all they had to do was stay single file. No, strike is 10 pins, all down, silly. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in pit lane, I'll give you that, but there was more involved. So can you not give me an 8-2 split? Is that not fair enough, Mr. Armand Brusso? Jesus. You want to pick me, pick it. Be picky about it. But yeah, I think this is Rafferty's now. I can't see past Bobby Rafferty. I've got to be honest.
You don't see the thunder from down under, mate. So how's this going to affect the point situation with some of these other drivers?
Well,
we did a little bit of math on that.
I ain't doing maths. Maths at this time in the morning, never happening in my life. Stephen Gill's ahead of MJ, so that could bump Gill up. He's ahead of MJ. MJ is down in 14th. Gill is in 11th. So there's points gained there. Lewis, where are you, Lucas? At this moment in time, you're in 10th. So he'll gain points on John War because John is not here. So this table could flip, but some of them, they've already got points, but they all would have been ahead of the people below. Who's below? Hess is below. He's down in 15th at the moment. I think he's out, actually, Douglas Hess, so he's not even going to get anything. Joshua Hahn, no, I don't think any of them bottom, that 16, 32, 40 to 90 are out.
Yeah, they're not in the race, yeah.
Well, you were mean to me, so you asked for it. Oh,
James is mean. He is mean.
Somebody please take a tissue round to Mr. Armand Brusso's house. And while you're there, give him a cuddle at the same time.
Oh,
just to let him know it will all be okay.
It's mean and nice.
Yeah, exactly. Oh dear, I should be nice to Armand. Really, we do his league on a Tuesday, and we run from literally next week after, somewhere in February, right the way through to November. So.
Oh, excellent. So, James, some drivers like Brock, for example, are really trying to get that temperature into those tyres, but the other drivers don't seem to be doing that. Any particular reason? Is this just a driver preference? Will it help? Does it help?
No.
Right. Okay, thank you.
It's
straightforward, straight up answer. No.
It's mental points. That's the thing, it's mental. Weaving doesn't really do a lot. You're better off brake dragging the car. Hit the brake, hit the accelerator and try and heat up the wheels that way. I've never known weaving to actually do anything. Right, this is it. Training, you've got to get alongside him, baby. You've got to be literally up there. You've got to be... I would squeeze Rafferty. Oh, you missed it. You missed it. Here we go. If nobody gets over Rafferty at the moment. Oh, there was contact. There was contact there in the background.
Connor gets past Trainer. So there's somebody into the wall in the background. That's Ryan Peters, I think. But more importantly, because Connor got to make a run at the moment. He knows what happens and Bobby gets up the road. Bobby's gone. So the tide machine, give him a little bit of a wash, mate. Throw him into the washing machine and give him a bit of a tumble. That's what you need to do currently at the moment.
Yeah, Gibson's got to get that. You can see their two-wide action. This ain't helping anybody further back at the moment. Jacob Trainer's just lost that position to Brooke Whiteman. Peters did end up in the wall off that restart. These guys going around the long looping right-hander. Gibson, you've got to do something. I don't know what you could do here. You're going to have to just run it right out to that wall. Try and maintain speed as much as you can. Rafferty's already up the road. Nearly a second. Trainer's trying to come back on the inside of Whiteman. On through that second to last corner. They're going to be side by side. Whiteman is going to manage to hold on here. Is he? Yes. But Trainer needs to be careful now, because if he opens up that door for Klein's going to want to try and sneak up the inside as well.
Fantastic wheel-to-wheel racing. They realise it's difficult to get the OT. It's difficult to catch later on, and then it's even more difficult to overtake. So do it early with 12 to go in this race. Owen Lax back on Joshua Sutherland. A little bit further back, and Joshua, they are side by side as well too there, James. You know, use that track, run it as wide as possible.
Yeah, it is an off track. It isn't off track out that far, unfortunately, now. But Rafferty is gone. He's 1.12 up the road. On board McLean in that bottom right-hand corner. Wow, you've just missed that. That is going to slow you right down. There you go. McLean then, unfortunately, lost all that time he'd made up to the back of Trainer. And now it is now dropped back. He's got to go one more time here, Biggles. This is the thing. We've only got 12 to go, so technically in about 12 minutes this could be over. And nobody seems really be A, to catch Rafferty, B, to catch Gibson, and Whiteman at the moment is staying ahead of Trainer because he is. But this is what I mean. Watch the inside line. Gibson got through because Trainer wasn't far enough up alongside. He needed to get up there, be far up there, a lot further up than he was. And he didn't make it work. And that's the only reason Gibson managed to play. Instead of trying to cover off the inside, he covered off the outside line, which then jeopardized his exit because he had to go in deep. There was contact there. Peters is in the wall. Pish posh, bang. See you later. And nobody managed to get over Rafferty. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that's the scenario.
And Bobby Rafferty just at the fastest lap, scooting on up the road there. 1 minute 10, the only man in the 1 minute 10 club currently at the moment, looking to get that trifecta of the 2 stage break wins and the final checkered flag victory. And I think the Glen is definitely Bobby Rafferty's track.
Yep. And as the title said, go bowling at the Glen. Well, they did that on
Go
that
bowling with Bobby.
Yep. And they didn't even have to. I think for me that was the most frustrating thing because they did exactly what they needed to do. They just had to get through turn 1 like that. Line between lacks. It was a little bit of crazy. So Brooke Whiteman sitting in 3rd place, Trainer in behind. We're on board on my screen in the bottom right-hand corner here with Trainer. Trainer gets a little bit squirrely coming out of 1. He's now going to lose time to Whiteman. Whiteman's going to try and catch up with Gibson in front, and Lax has got to try and catch up with all of them. It's all rapidly kind of falling apart for these guys, unfortunately, in that middle pack. Only heating your brakes work. Yeah, I know. It does not help in iRacing. You're better off just dragging your brake and flooring the throttle and getting the heat in it that way, because that weaving doesn't do anything. Let me know if
it
you
looks
do
good
weave.
on the screen, Bob.
Yeah, but
whoa, 42.
Sutherland. Yay.
Hold it, son. Hold it. Yeah, come on, Mr. Sutherland. He's not going to hold it. He's fishtailing everywhere.
Oh, he might have got it. He did hold it. Let's jump in there and see what
That's what happens when you overcook your tyres, isn't it? You just can't get your traction down.
He's done it well early as well. Because that yellow flag. Oh. Look at the steering angle from Sutherland there. That yellow flag should have really allowed him to slow them tyres down. Like, cool them down. Just trickle around the track. Don't need to do anything dangerous. Don't need to do anything drastic.
Plus, he went pit road and he's got some fresh boots too, so I know quite sure.
Yeah. But Sutherland up through the S is working. I think he's going to be... He'll work that hard during this race. It'll almost be like he's going to the gym. It'll be like he'll come out of that and I'll go, "You all right?" And he'll go, "Yeah, I'm sweating." I'm like, "I'm all surprised, mate. We literally sat and watched you work that wheel harder than a bodybuilder working the dumbbells. Look at him."
Oh,
whoa.
Contact too. Now, was that fair play?
Josh Mayo. Well, yeah, you'll have to have a look back at that overtake and see if there was contact there. 71 degrees Fahrenheit on the track temperature, 3:30 on the afternoon. And we've gone forward in time. It's October 31st, 2025, everybody. So congratulations. You're nearly at Christmas once more.
Yeah, they can't do it right now, can they? Because it'd probably be snowed under.
Yeah, and that's the only thing, isn't it? There's no wet tyres. I know that... What is actually, if anybody knows where the situation is, because they were trialling wet tyres in NASCAR last season. They did 2... Not races, but they did 2 testing sessions on rains, didn't they? What was the outcome? If anybody knows the outcome of what the rain tyre situation was, let me know, because I didn't quite follow it all the way through. But I know they were testing rain tyres. I can't think where it was either. I want to say Bristol, but I don't think that's correct. But let me know if anybody knows where the rain tyre test was that they did last season for NASCAR. Let me know how they get on.
They wouldn't be doing it for ovals, would they? I mean, that's just... I think that would be ludicrous. I do wonder whether or not it was a COTA. Yeah, probably definitely a road course. I think they should be able to try out and run wet weather tyres in road courses, of course, for NASCAR and stuff like that, James. But obviously, no, ovals is just too much. It's too slippery. You're too close together. It's too dangerous.
Can you imagine ovals in the rain? They were testing rain tyres.
Could imagine a lot of cautions
to see if they can run them on a flat oval. Where was it? Where was the oval? I can't remember. Oh man, I'm gonna have to Google that because that's gonna drive me bonkers. Give me 2 seconds.
Whoa! Straight on goes Jacob, and he elects to go down the escape road. And that was a very clever idea there from the man from Canberra from down under, because that could have been, if he tried to commit to that corner at that point, that deep, there's no way he would have made it. And he lives to see another day. And his battle with Brock will be delayed for some laps now, for sure, if he can manage to catch back up there. MJ Palmer's gone off track and had a moment too, James. And we'll keep an eye on Pearl on that one. He's got too much to lose running 14th, but let's have a look at the number 8 Black Flag Racing entry. Is he going too deep on here and onto the marbles? Comes back onto the track, actually. Tries to find the traction. Spots up into the apex. I don't see anything in particular too bad there.
Yeah, I didn't see anything
Maybe
too dramatic as
crashes
well.
into turn 1.
Whatever it was for MJ.
He just wanted to...
He got it all a little bit wrong.
Camera time, there it is. Exit out of 1.
Yeah, around he goes to that, unfortunately. So they held a tyre test at Homestead, apparently. They did a tyre test at Homestead, but I've also just seen a video about them testing at Bristol for rain. So it was mainly at Homestead, the first NASCAR wet weather tyre test event ever at an intermediate oval.
How'd they go for...
Homestead.
I'm interested in the times that they did compared to the dry.
Oh, I couldn't tell you that. It was a 1.5 wet weather racing at 1.5 mile speedways. So yeah, they did straight torque wireless 400 at Homestead, Miami. NASCAR held a wet weather tyre test at Homestead, the first NASCAR wet weather tyre test ever at an intermediate oval. So there we go. But I have seen that there was an article as well about Bristol, so maybe it was at multiple different circuits to see how they cope with a bank oval, flat oval, and so on that one. But yeah, you can see here we've got 5 to go, and Bobby Rafferty out in front, absolutely flying, just all on his own, and that was it. So
yeah,
and then they tested
11.7s, and he's doing consistent 11s now, James. His fastest lap was a 10.5. So he's definitely in a league of his own currently at the moment. Once again, his race to lose more than it's his race to win. But the battle for P2 is heating up at the moment. Brock Whiteman, I think he just managed to get past Connor for that P2 position, if I'm not mistaken there, Joe. Good.
Yeah. Brock has passed Connor. Connor's going to come back at him on the inside. Though. He's going to send it in. Yeah, Trainer's in the mix as well. Trainer's just, wow. Wow.
He's out into the key
Lax
letter.
is also round. Lax is also round facing the wall. And if I've ever seen a little push to pass, that might have just been it there from Whiteman. But, yeah. He came back on the track for Brook Whiteman. Not going to be a happy bunny, I don't think, as JP Trainer and Connor Gibson continue their fight for second and third at the same time. Once iRacing gives us rain tyres, I'll be putting rain in races. I can see that doesn't surprise me, but he's sensible with it. You know.
Well, iRacing tends to want to do things right and just want to rush in. It took them a long time to get rain anyway, to develop it. And same with those marbles and all the kitty litter that kicks up onto the track. So they are, spend the time, do it right. I think maybe a little bit more testing might be good, James. Have some sort of like, hey, a bunch of people put their hand up and say, okay, we're going to do this as testing. Yes, there'll be some bugs and some elements to shake out of it, dust off it, and then start releasing it to the public at that point as well, too. Yeah. But allow it for anybody, us as well, too, that do broadcasting. We like to test how it looks as well visually, so we can give them that feedback as well. I mean, that's just an idea. Let your community help build your platform, as in feedback, of course.
Yeah, but the moment they bring rain tires out in real life NASCAR will be a moment where we will see a very, very severe driver injury. I think sticking rain tires not on road circuits is, you're asking for it. You are asking for, unfortunately, some form of major incident. That's what I reckon will happen if they put that on an oval. Whoa.
Joseph Klein, completely missing the bus stop. Under the gearbox there of Brock and just couldn't quite commit to the corner. Hit the chicane there and just lifted the car up a little bit. Heavy cars as well too, but lifted it up there and went off into the kitty litter a little bit, but still putting in the right direction. The battle for P2 is still brewing up there. Bobby Rafferty's 11 seconds and change up the road. No problems for him. 2 to go. But who wants that second step for the bubbly stuff, James?
Well, between Kimmer Gibson and Jacob Trainer, Gibson gave Whiteman a little bit of a push. Trainer's going to push him back. Through they go, through turn one, side by side. Trainer round, he goes, squirrely. Whiteman's going to come back at him. Whiteman wants to get Gibson. There's a receipt coming for Gibson, and if he messes up anywhere, Whiteman's going to pop him one, because that's where the initial incident was with Whiteman on that final corner. Trainer's dropped all the way down to 4th place. So unfortunately for Jacob Trainer, he's now going to have to try and fight side by side with Joseph Klein going into the bus stop. Klein's got that inside line. Trainer gives him room. Trainer's got the better run. Should pop him on the loop. No, Klein's held the inside, and they did, yeah. There was almost turning. 2 to go.
Oh, loose on the outside of Klein. That'll give Jacob definitely a bit of a run for money, a little bit more traction. He's got to be sizing up an opportunity for an overtake here there, James. Last lap.
On board with Trainer. Final lap of the race here. Trainer's going to try and push Klein. Klein, you've got to send it in deep. You've got to send it in deep. You've got to give Trainer something to think about in that Camry. Put him out right out against that wall. That's it. And he's got to do the same for one. If Trainer's going to run around the outside, Trainer's going to set him up here. He'll brake early, get that car rotated.
Oh! He didn't brake that early there, James.
Push him off. I suppose that's
I think he's lifting. Is he lifting? He got too much damage. He is lifting to allow Klein to come back on that one. So good sportsmanship there.
Yeah, Sutherland and Lax are having a side-by-side battle. Trainer is now going to get caught in a free wide situation soon. You can see these guys muscling each other.
Yep,
they're going to run up into the bus stop.
I'm going to keep an eye on Bobby. He says he's about to finish the race.
Yeah, on your main screen there, Bobby Rafferty takes a full house, 2-stage, 1 win, and has come out on top. Full evening of points for Bobby Rafferty, 60 points, green from green to checkered in all 3 stages. Great win from Bobby Rafferty there. Locks that up and gets that victory. Now down in the bottom screen, Sutherland is dropped back from Trainer. Sutherland is ahead of Owen Lax. And Sutherland here will come over that line. It's going to be Connor Gibson will be second. Brooke Whiteman third. Joseph Klein is going to come around the corner in 4th. Then we're going to have Jacob Trainer. Owen Lax got ahead of Sutherland. Oh, let me have a look on that bottom. If you keep an eye on that bottom picture, we'll have a look and see how it happened. Oh, Sutherland runs wide. Can't get the car stopped. Was there a push? I don't think there was. I think that... Oh, maybe there was. Was there a push there? Do we end up... Oh,
yep.
yes.
Yeah, there definitely was a push.
Bang, bang.
A
twice.
double tap.
Yeah, two bites at the donut. He weren't happy with just a jam. He wanted the whole thing. There's one. There's two. Wow, he didn't even want to leave him the sugar. He had that as well.
That
so
just pushes
off
him
he
off
goes.
the track. And that's will be debatable after the race. So there you have it.
Absolutely.
Bobby Rafferty gets the trifecta, my friend. Probably gets the quad as well, too, with the fastest lap. So let's pull up your race results for the Glen, where we're going bowling after.
Bobby Rafferty is your winner. And takes stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. And probably the fastest lap, the only man in the 110. So 4 for Bobby Rafferty this evening. Maximum points for him on the board. Excuse me. Connor Gibson in second, then Brooke Whiteman in third. Then you've got Joseph Klein, Jacob Traynor, Owen Lax, Joshua Sutherland, Ryan Peters, Josh Mayo, Lucas Lewis, Stephen Gill with Gino Valente, Mark Allen Bivens, and 18 laps down is people that are out, of course. MJ Palmer, Douglas Hess, Adam Tahan, Jordan Parker, and Keegan Clark. So let's take this in 3, 2, 1 order. We're going to have a chat with Mr. Brooke Whiteman here, who's joined us in the booth. Brooke, third place in the race. How was it out there?
It was a little chaotic trying to come through the field, but every race that I've done with these guys, it's been like that where I've had to come through the field. So I'm used to it, but I would say to finish third on a road course nonetheless, with no laps done in practice, no laps done in qualifying, not knowing how the car is going to handle. I'd say it's nice to finally kind of get away from that cut line in the playoffs with that. So it really just overall just really happy with how things turned out tonight.
Yeah, not bad at all. Are you a lover of NASCAR on road circuits?
I love watching the races. I'm not a big fan of actually doing the racing. It's a lot with how much horsepower you have under your right foot and not a lot of downforce. It's all mechanical grip with these cars. But Watkins Glen is a track that's always been on the NASCAR calendars and it's been in all the games that I played growing up. So I know it probably the best of any of the other road courses out there. So it's just kind of finding your footing for the first couple laps, and then once you know where the grip level is and what gears you can take, it's relatively easy.
Yeah. Okay. I know there's people who don't like it, like myself. I just think it looks weird. But there we go. Used to them hurtling around at 200 mile an hour, turning left, of course. Thank you so much, Brooke, for joining us. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Shout out to the boys. Shout out to you guys. You guys did awesome. I had you in my ear the whole time. You guys did great. Obviously, Biggles, you're amazing. You used to do stuff for old ISRL that I used to run, and it's great to have you back. It was awesome to hear your voice again.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you, and well done on the final step of the podium, the bubbly stuff.
Thank you.
Take care, man.
You too.
Man, this is it's great to have you. What am I, Scotch Mist?
No, you get compliments all the time, James. All right, just calm down, boss man.
Right.
Share the love.
We got all of a sudden we've got like bucket loads of people just jumped in the waiting room here. We'll have a chat. Let's have a chat. I'm going to presume these are all waiting for interviews, right? So let's have a chat with Lucas Lewis. Took 10th place, up 4 places. Lucas, welcome in. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
How was it out there?
It was pretty fun. I'm not really a road course guy, as you saw tonight. We did lead some laps. It might have been under caution, but still progress of getting better on road courses. So thankfully, we led some laps. We might have been on the catch fence at the end of that race, but we're still going strong.
What was it? I had a plan, right, from up here in the booth. The plan was, okay, you take the line, you and Owen tucked in first and second, you go down into 1 after that restart, you send Bobby out past turn 1's curb on the left-hand side, you two stay single file for the run-up through the S's, you two take the lead, Bobby's further back. But that didn't happen, did it?
Nah, I didn't want to move him out of the way. I know he's been dominating this entire race, and I got up there based off of strategy. I was like, I threw some strategy out there, hoping it'll work, and it did work for that one restart. And I just didn't want to move him out of the way or hit him out of the way after the type of dominance he's been having.
It wasn't moving him out of the way; it was just edging him wide, so you and Owen could take a single line. But clearly, between you and Owen, there wasn't. I don't know if there was a communication error or or something, because Owen went shooting past you, hit you on the way through. You then got hit from Gibson, and then it was just like playing pinball, and then you ended up with your back wheels on the catch fence.
Yeah, I just didn't want to, like, knowing me, I would do what Lewis Hamilton did back in 2021 and lock the brakes up and take out the 7, because I don't feel confident in most braking zones near people unless it's like the street course or something where I know I can make a corner. I didn't want to knock him out of the race and affect anybody else's races, but I affected more races like that apparently.
Well, I don't think that was on you. I think that was just a chaos of calamities to going into that restart, to be blatantly honest. But I think you two had the idea. Take the inside line. It's not bumping him out the way. It's just going in a little bit deeper to put him out past the curb at 1. That's my philosophy. But hey, listen, I'm up here in a booth and I sit on my bum talking about pretend race cars at virtual race circuits. So don't believe me or don't listen to me. I don't know nothing. But that's what I would have done with him there as well. But listen, dude, we got lots to get through. Lucas, thanks so much for joining us. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
I tell my parents, I tell my dad. He actually didn't give me the strategy this race. I pulled that strategy out. Knowing him, he would have told me the same exact thing. I think everybody, Owen for letting me drive his cars. I don't know for how long after that one. I like to thank WWE. Like to thank Victory Fuel. Use code LORace73 at zero at checkout. And let's go on to the next race at Daytona. Hopefully win that one.
Yeah, have a good one, bud. We'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, next up, I am going to have a quick chat with Mr. Owen Lax here, finished down in 6th. Owen, how was it?
I somewhat survived. Parts of me did and parts of me didn't.
Right, I want to talk about the restart that somehow caused calamity.
Yeah, so I went in expecting him at least to get to the braking point for green flag, so about to the yellow light. He braked a few yards before that, so I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
So when he braked, he also came down towards me, and that's really what ended up causing it. And then I don't know if I had left front damage or what, but my wheel kept dragging left when I went to go, and then Lucas bumped me into Mark, and it just sent me around, and it just took everyone with him. Because you can see I'm trying to pull the wheel right, and it's hooking left, even in this replay. And Lucas just catches me.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. As I said, I said to Lucas, the philosophy technically would have been putting Bobby out where he is now on that replay.
Yeah.
And you and Lucas running single file up through the S's on the inside line. It didn't quite work like that. And
I mean,
unfortunately, you would have ended up going round. But listen, it was unlucky. It was a great race in the end. It's NASCAR on a road circuit, dude. It never looks pretty. It's not a cake. It's more of a mashed up quiche. You know what I mean? That's the way it works. So, but I think overall it was a good race. We do have Daytona next week, though, Owen. So, what do you think? Is Daytona going to be better?
Well, I mean, we'll see. Based on what I saw in that replay, actually, I'm going to go back to that real quick. If you go on the 73's in-car, it actually looks like he chases me down after he bumps me the first time. So I'm going to have to go back and look at that. But if that's the case, I know he's my driver. What I'm saying is it looks like he chases... Yeah, I don't know.
On the inside, dude, as well. I would put everything down to a complete racing incident. There's too much going on. He's up on the bumper. He's chasing the catch fence with his rear wheels. He's getting the Watkins Glen stripe down the underside of the car. There was so much going on. You couldn't sit there and go, "Oh, it was down to that. It was down to that. It was down to that," or him. I would, to be honest, mate, I wouldn't even look back at the replay. I would just go, "Yeah, racing incident. Move on to Blinking Daytona." That's what I would do, to be honest with you. Otherwise, you spend too many sleepless nights worrying about it. But listen, dude, thanks so much for joining us. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Obviously, Jordan. He had to deal with me after the wreck. during race control, and then both of my grandfathers who are currently watching. We'll see what we can do next week at Daytona, but I think I'm playing more of a support role there as compared to somebody going for wins, but if the opportunity comes up, I will be going for that. But we will see. So goal next week is support Jordan so we can get the regular season title, and just keep pointing my way as far as I can to lock that win in, and we'll see.
Am I hearing team orders in NASCAR?
It's not really team orders. We spoke about it earlier in the week that, I think it's more beneficial.
Hold on, I just want to check. You want to play a team game at Daytona?
I'll play. Daytona is the place to have a team game. Yeah, Super Speedway is the place to have a team game.
It's also a team game to put you both in the wall if you ain't careful.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, but I'm comfortable enough with Jordan. We've run together for 2 years now. Yeah.
Good luck there, buddy. I hope it works out for you. I look forward to seeing how that comes to plan next week.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Take care. God blimey, they're going to be brave running team orders at Daytona. Jesus. On a super speedway. It's like playing the lottery and hope to get to the end, that one. Right, let's pull him in. The man who did finish second place. There were some very interesting passes from Mr. Connor Gibson, and some of them, there may have been a bit of paint swapping in the process. Let's bring him in and put him under the ringer here, because Mr. Connor Gibson, welcome in.
Hello.
I would say a good race from you, dear sir. You finished second place, but tell us about some of these overtakes that took on.
It was an interesting race. I mean, I didn't expect to finish second once I had good practice speed, but that doesn't really mean anything. I messed up my qualifying lap, so I was starting from the back, and then I didn't expect to finish second. I guess it was a race of attrition, and there was a lot of beating and banging. I didn't like it, but there was some of them. There was one particular was definitely faster than the guy, and it was all about track position, just trying to not spend time behind somebody that you're faster than for too long.
Yeah, we've just seen you unfortunately end up in the wall. You bounced off the inside railing and then put it round as well. I get the whole not staying behind somebody you're faster than. I do understand that, and that's obviously the main part of racing. But do we think that there's rubbing his racing, there's moving a person out the way, and then at certain points there's just punt him off the side of the circuit? There seems to be a couple of manoeuvres, not just from yourself, there seem to be others here tonight as well, that involve in a little bit more car contact that I think rubbing his racing goes outside of.
Yes, absolutely. I think there was some of that too, unfortunately. None of it was intentional. It was just, different braking points. People have... Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Who's been told off? Who was it? Who's been naughty? Somebody's got to go to bed, and they're clearly not in bed when they're supposed to.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it, mate. It happens. Trust me.
People having differing braking points than me, and unfortunately ended up hitting them. None of it was malicious, I guess. It was just sort of, some guys brake earlier than me, and it was just one of those things.
All right, man. Well, listen, we're going to let you go there. I don't want any more dramas going on in the Gibson household. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, just the league and all the drivers. It was a good race, a lot of fun. I shout out to you guys for putting on a good broadcast every race.
Man, well, thank you very much for that. Anybody else?
My mom.
Was that your mum?
Yeah. Shout out to her.
Your mum for allowing you not to get a bed.
Yeah. Mum for allowing me to eat dinner once I finish racing.
Mum, I come second, okay? I'm interviewing at the moment, so just hold the horses.
Mum, I'm on TV. Behave yourself.
Exactly.
All right, man. Take care, Connor, and we'll catch up with you soon, dude.
See ya.
I love it when things happen like that happen. It's amazing. Right, ladies and gentlemen,
live.
boys and yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, take a bow. We're bringing him into the booth now as well. The man, the myth, the legend, Bobby Rafferty. He took stage 1. He took stage 2. He decided that he wasn't just going to have 3/4 of the cake. He wanted the whole thing, and he took the final race win as well. Why he was there, he also stole your side dressing because he took the fastest lap in the process. He got 4 out of 4. Bobby Rafferty, welcome in, bud. How are you?
Doing all right. That was a lot of fun. That was definitely a fun race.
Oh, mate, come on.
Yeah.
What did you see going around apart from your own front nose?
Well, let's be completely honest about it. There were, the first stage, we definitely took off. Going into the second stage, I was debating, do I want to come in and get tires? And, the tire fall off wasn't horrible at that point. But then when I saw everybody but myself, and it was whoever the P2 car was, I'm brand new to the league, so I apologize. I don't know names yet, but I was like, okay, we might be in trouble here. And towards the end there, it was a little bit rough holding off that second place guy. Somehow got it done, and then the following restarts after that, it definitely got a little bit spicy. But, I wanted to make sure that I could, just continue to stay calm, hit my marks, not push the car too hard. And it looked like a lot of the guys were kind of overdriving and costing themselves speed, where I was backing up my corners, braking early, rolling to the apex and eggshelling the throttle on the way out to not kill the rear tires, because it's so easy to do it in this car at Watkins Glen. And once you overheat the front or the rear tires, you're dead in the water. So if you can keep them in that optimal temp range, you're going to go fast and you're going to move forward, and it's going to be a good night. And we were luckily able to accomplish that.
Well, you did, dude. You did a stunning job. You took it all. You didn't leave anybody anything at the buffet. You've walked away and you've taken the whole lot with you. So fair play to that. Are we going to see you at Daytona next week?
Oh, absolutely. Jordan's actually the one that invited me over. We're running in another league together, and we were talking, and he sent the open invite. Obviously, this league's been running. Their season's already underway. We're coming, if I remember correctly, we're coming up to playoffs soon. So you're not going to see me do anything that's going to put any of these championship contenders in jeopardy for the rest of the season. But we'll definitely be going for wins if, the wins are there to take. But, starting next season, you'll see me a lot more aggressive than you will for the rest of this season, because I've been there where, some new fast guy comes in and can ruin a championship, and I know how that feels, so I don't want to do that to any of these guys. But I'll be here for the rest of the season. We'll see how everything plays out, and then we'll go from there.
Right, okay, listen. Before you doubt yourself, you are moving, by what I can gather from the point system, to 28th. You're just below the playoff eligibility cut, right?
Okay.
In 3 more races, if you was to win 3 more races, hypothetically, now listen, this is like winning the lottery, right? Let's be real about it.
Yeah, of course.
You've got literally 4 more races to play off. If you won at least 2 and had good finishes at the other, there is a chance that even just on points, if some of these people don't turn up, that you could be automatically eligible for the playoffs. Then what did you do?
Oh, that changes things completely then. If I'm eligible for the playoffs and I have enough races won and, all of that, then yeah, we're gonna go like hell, and we're gonna try to win ourselves a championship here.
All right, man. Well, I look forward to it. Bobby, thank you so much for joining me there, buddy. It's been a pleasure talking to you. The man who's taken all 4 here this evening. I don't even know what they call that. It's not a triple crown. It's a quad crown. Let's go for that one.
I appreciate it. I just, real quick, before you guys let me go, I got to thank my partners. I got to thank Ancient World Gaming. I have to thank Next Level Racing. If anybody's looking for a new sim rig or flight sim or gaming chair, anything like that, use code AWG24. You get 5% off at checkout. They've got a lot of really good sales going on right now also. So this, if you're looking, this is a time to buy. Also got to thank Ryko Performance, Simrap Market, Tango Paints, FGR Excel, Sword Dog, my teammates, everybody that helps us put our program together. I appreciate everybody.
I got a quick question. Thanks for that, Bobby. I got a quick question, mate. You're from Middleton, New York, so I guess you're not that far, really, from Watkins Glen. Have you been to this track before in real life?
Yes. I have. I won't bore you guys with the whole history, but I have ties within real NASCAR with Joe Graff Jr. that runs in the Xfinity Series. I've known him since he's been a very little kid. We're very close family friends to the point that my wife and I got married at his parents' house. So I have been actually on Joe Jr.'s pit box at Watkins Glen and Pocono multiple times. But yeah, Watkins Glen is, I think, maybe 2 hours north of me. So Pocono and Watkins Glen, I consider my home tracks when it comes to the NASCAR stuff, considering they're the closest to me.
All right, mate. Just a quick question for me then. If you ever, speak to him and he they want a commentator or anything like that, point him my way. Biggles, both of us could travel. We don't mind flying over, putting some comms on NASCAR.
Hey, I will tell you what. A lot of NASCAR fans give Lee Diffie a bunch of BS, and I'll tell you what. To me, he's one of the most exciting broadcasters out there. I'm not one of those guys that he's got to be an American. Nah, if you're good, you're good. I don't care what it is. Make the race exciting, because at this point, and I'll say it at this point, NASCAR needs it.
Yeah, I agree. That's why we're here. You see, so if they want an Englishman, look, I'm free.
And an Englishman in NASCAR, they'll take an Aussie.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, you guys see my last name? I'm an Irishman, so hey, what the heck? Why not bring us all in? Why not?
Well, there you go. Thank you very much, there, Bobby, for joining us on that one, mate. It's been a pleasure, and I'll look forward to catching up with you soon.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your week.
And you, man. Right, there you go, Biggles. We're going to call it on that one, I think, after that. Thank you so much to join us. That was an interesting race. Heading to Daytona next week, though, Biggles. That's going to be spicy.
I'm going to be Daytona'd out, James. So all next week is essentially Daytona. I'm going to be looking forward to it. But, Daytona. Yep. That's a big one, mate. That's the one that everybody wants to win.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, thank you so much for joining myself. I've been JP. I've been alongside Dean Biggles. And as always, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the chat sometime. Good night.